Wanneer Sabrina se verfkwas die canvas tref, vang sy 'n oomblik in Afrika vas. Sabrina, welcome. It's lovely having you here.
Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you for having me here.
So, what convinced you to leave your full-time job and pursue your art career?
So actually at the time of deciding to pursue my art career full-time, I was working part-time at a call center here in Cape Town. I had first worked there full-time for a couple of years. Altogether, I was working there for almost 7 years. And I really wanted to get out of it. And it was really the point where it was like, okay, either you take that leap of faith now or you might get stuck here forever. So it was that made me decide, okay, it's only 20 hours a week. I'm going to quit this and I'm going to try my luck.
So where was the turning point in your career?
Obviously, first turning point was actually leaving here. I literally sold my household, sold my car, and because I needed money, so I took that leap of faith, went to the US and shipped my artworks there and tried to find a representative for my art to be represented there. And after, it took 8 or 9 months, so only at the end of 2017, it was that email that changed my life. That was somebody who was interested in the art and actually said, well, I gotten a few of those emails, but every time I sent out the prices, it was quiet. But he actually purchased the first 2 pieces and eventually ended up buying the entire collection. So he's a private art collector in southern Florida, and he actually, or him and his wife, actually own a private wildlife sanctuary in southern Florida. So they rescue exotic wildlife there.
If people don't know your art, how would you describe it to them?
Without actually showing a picture, I would describe it as very intense. Each artwork is very close up, so I portray wildlife. It's animals, African animals that are endangered. So I've portrayed lions and cheetahs and leopards and elephants and so on. And they're very close up. The expression in their faces are very intense, but what makes it also very different from conventional wildlife or traditional wildlife art is they are all in different shades of pink.
Africa seems to be a common theme in your art. Why is that?
Well, I moved here 13 years ago, so really my entire adult life. I've lived and worked in Cape Town in South Africa, and it really is the only place that I feel home.
Where can people see your art?
Definitely on my Instagram account and on my website as well. Yeah.
What contribution does Instagram have on the exposure of your art?
If I think back of how I started this whole art business, more as a side income really, while I was having my office job, I was just drawing family members and portraits, and I started posting them on Instagram because I thought this is a platform or a social platform for pictures, so let's put pictures there, right? And this is really how everything started rolling and how I actually saw there is potential in this. And I think that 90% of the connections that really were life-changing in this business came through my Instagram account. If I think of today's work input, I would say maybe Instagram takes about 20%, 15% of the workload to actually maintain. But a lot of the connections that then went into different other connections that, you know, got things started were coming from Instagram.
Sabrina, thank you so much for coming, and I'm definitely going to check you out on Instagram.
Thank you so much. I'll do the same for you. Thank you for having me.